Oh yeah, we live. That indicator.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Check, 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 check. Is my mic on? Are you hear me? All right. Is this
Yeah,
this
sound
mic?
good.
All right, cool, cool, cool. All right, so welcome to Saga City. Broadcasting on a few channels, art on decks. Um, yeah, we are live. 41 seconds. All right, so I just want to when we introduced the cast last time, um, but this time we're gonna introduce um the book we've been talking about. You know what I'm saying? So um I'm gonna read an excerpt of the prologue real quick. But since I'm gonna read the excerpt, Banu, I'm gonna read. Just tell people about what's the name of the book, what's it about, real quick, and what to expect, and then I'm gonna give people a little sample.
Hmm? You want to talk about? Oh, it's different, boys.
Come
Okay, so
on,
yeah.
baby. Let's go.
All right, so yeah, the book, right? The really it's a man. It's not one book. So
The series got a
yeah,
series
it's
going.
a series of series, right?
Yeah,
Um, it's called Saga City, right? SAGACITY, right? Bloodlines of Kemet.
Bloodlines of Kemet.
Okay, and Kemet is the original name for the place that we popularly know as Egypt, but in particular, particularly ancient Egypt, right? So this is that's the meaning of the toponym Kemet, right? So Saga City, bloodlines of Kemet, and this is again going to be the beginning of somewhat of a pan African universe. Stories that we're telling, starting in the Nile Valley, starting in ancient Kemet, and then following those bloodlines through the history, through the continent via the migrations and things of that nature, showing how all of the stories and the cultures and the sequences of the events connect, and showing their relevance today for African people of African descent, the diaspora and the world, just showing telling our stories in a way that is impactful and profound. And you know we always complain about our stories not being told, or our stories being told the wrong way. We're always complaining about Hollywood taking African civilizations, African stories, African figures, and whitewashing them. you know and you know I've never been one to sit back and complain about someone doing something for me or not doing something for me that I should be doing for myself. So that's what we're doing. We're doing for ourselves. We're taking and exercising our own agency to tell our own stories in our own way. And it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be fly, right? You know what I mean? So if you're into the fantasy genre, historical fiction, um, sci-fi, you know, black sci-fi, Afro sci-fi, this is definitely your bag. This is gonna be your bag. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what we're doing.
Okay, okay. Sounds dope. Sounds dope. Yeah, Saga City, SAGACity Publishing, Saga City, the title, Bloodlines of Kemet. And then so we got the first series we looking at about what, 4 books we thinking
Yeah,
for
4 books.
for the first
Yeah,
joint. So for the people out there, you picture like you want to see something like to give a reference like a Star Wars kind of world where you have like a whole like a not the future because we go is history. It's in the past, but far as like we're building a world basically. Is that correct? Like a world, characters, not just like a simple story kind of thing. But referenced on ancient Kemet, which is modern day people say Egypt, quote unquote the dynasties. Is there more not politically, but a more Kemetic term for the dynasties than
no, I say, I'm not really sure. I don't think they actually broke it
did they
up like
say
that
they didn't look at
themselves.
it like they didn't look at it like that, right?
Yeah, I don't think they really did that themselves, right? They dealt with the lineages and you
Their
know,
houses and families.
yeah, but they didn't really deal with breaking it into categories and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot. Not like that, at least. They had Septepi or Zeptupi, right? Which is the first time, and it's very African in the way that you know when you look at the different kings lists, right? The list of kings from the beginning of the history to a certain point, you see um on some of these lists, they trace their lineage all the way back to the creator, which would be Ra in this culture. So Ra technically is the first king,
Hmm.
right? On some kings lists, you have Ptah, except so on, but they start with their deities, who they also consider to be ancestors, right? Which is a African thing, right? Even to this very day, um, you know, church folks still use the the familiar language, right? Referring to the creator as the father, this, that, and the third,
Mm-hmm.
our father, etc. So on, right? So this is something that's not new. It's not new at all, right? So they start these kings lists with the deities, and so when they talk about the first time, they talk about a period, when time first began, and the gods or the deities, right, the Neteru ruled, right, and so that's the beginning of history for them, and then they go on to have the ultimately Heru, which is also a deity, and then the Shemsu Heru, which would be the kings, those early kings that follow behind Heru before the founding of the kingdom with Narmer or Menes, right? So you have these things as far as how they kind of looked at the different eras or eons, if you will. But after that, they saw it as a continuity. The only thing that they spoke to was when there was a period of disunification, right? So historians go further to further divide these things up into old kingdom, middle kingdom, new kingdom, first intermediate, second intermediate, third intermediate, late period, etc. So on, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, they didn't look at it that way.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. All right. So let's get into. I'm about to share the screen. I'm gonna read this right here. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. So this is the prologue. Um, this link right here, you can see all the episodes we got right now on Kindle Vella. So if you want to click the link, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, Stitcher, soon we're gonna have the Amazon link. But wherever you at, click the link. We got 5 episodes up on Amazon right now. So this is the prologue. I'm just gonna read a quick sample of the writing from the Queen Marie. So if I mess up anything, trust me, it's not her work. It's me. But yeah, so here we go. Prologue. Just give you basically a little introduction of what's going on right here. So this is actually before the story starts. Okay. I was there in the beginning when a faceless, tasteless, odorless darkness cast itself over the entirety of creation. The night stretched out into infinity. In those days, there was no moon to bear witness to the night. Feel like I'm in high school right now. Yeah, there wasn't even a shadow to keep you company or to, I may mess up some of her words, jostle you out of the obscurity of your thoughts with fear tactics. Everything was in perfect balance, which was the problem. Nothing can exist in that state. It left me on edge, hungry. But housed within it, I knew there was potential like a seed in the sweet brown earth. It was trapped there. So I took upon myself to nurture it. I watched and waited. Slowly things took shape. From out of that watery abyss erupted a whole minutia of splendid unicellular forms. They sprang forth, giving rise to an ever-changing landscape. I saw the comings and goings of ancient reptiles, feathered iguan, giant mammoths. I witnessed the many epochs, the surfacing and the breakdown of countless nations. A child remembers, but men forget that they once feared thunder and rain and night. But such is the way of mankind to forget what I remember. Woo, Marie!
Hard.
Yeah,
That's hard.
Marie.
That's hard.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go. So you
that's
want to
right.
read more of this right here? It's on Kindle. Kindle Vella, Amazon Vella, however you say it. Here we got 5 episodes. Soon to be an ebook. Soon to be a big anthology. Soon to be a cartoon. Soon to be a movie. Yeah, we building worlds. We building worlds. We're gonna stop waiting for Star Wars to add new black people. We gotta make our own. Where but yeah, so
That's deep what you just said, man. On a whole bunch of levels.
yeah, let's talk about that. Far as why we here, why we putting this together. What do you want to highlight about this project? Even maybe this even first episode. Um,
I say, we're making our own world, and it's funny that the prologue um starts off, who am I, right? Right, it's the name of the prologue, who am I, and it begins with a reference to a state of existence prior to creation, right? So this is pre the creation of the world. So like we're creating our own world, and the story actually begins with the
hmm,
creation, before the creation of the
hmm,
world. You know, um we have to do that, as you say, not waiting for Star Wars to add new black folk. We have to stop waiting for other people to tell our stories, for other people to accept us or grant us access into their world.
Because I'm gonna start slapping people. No, I'm joking.
Uh-oh. See, when you end up being other than yourself. Well, you gotta compromise yourself to gain access into other people's worlds and shit.
I had to do it.
That's real talk. That's real talk. But yeah, we definitely are telling our stories. We're building our own worlds, building our own universe, our own multiverse, right? Our own metaverse, right? We have to do all of these things for ourselves. So that's is profound that you said that, and that's how the story actually begins before the creation of the world. And the point, right? Let's say dealing with this first episode, this particular being that's speaking, right? I don't necessarily want to give the reveal, right? Because I want y'all to go and read that first episode, but it's important that this particular being is talking in the because of who he is in Nile Valley culture, right? And who he went on to become in other cultures and traditions, right? Like such a magnitude, such a magnanimous and important figure that there are branches of philosophy. There are branches of theology, right? There are branches of there are whole aspects, to where he's featured in religious texts, right? He's been adopted into religious texts, right? From the Bible, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Very, very, very important figure. But this being, this deity, has its origins in the Nile Valley, right? So it's important for who he is. The mental references, right? Remembering what man forgets, and the reference to things being in the balance and nothing to joust you out of your thoughts. Yo, it's so fire. It's so fire, right? But the story goes from there, and it brings us to this very moment, this very time. And I think that the big thing that people are going to find striking is, okay, why? Here's a question, right? Why is it that this story starts, let's see, after this first piece, it starts in Atlanta?
Yep. ATL, shawty.
Why does it start in Atlanta? That's weird, right? Why would a story about the bloodlines of Kemet start in Atlanta? What are y'all doing? Are you trying to be, you trying to co-opt, culture of these people? Are you culture vultures? Are you trying to, nah, it ain't none of that. But I mean, look at, the parallels. Look at what Atlanta is today. For the culture of Black folk, You know, I heard the other day somebody referred to Atlanta as the new Black Mecca.
People say that, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was a time when Harlem, right, was the cultural mecca for Black folk, right? But now they said Atlanta, is the
I
cultural
agree.
mecca
Yeah.
for Black folk. Like it's it's important, right? Because when you're building a world, you got to have a cultural foundation. And from this foundation, right, we see the expansion, right? The expansion of this world, right? This world being built. But there's also, we're going where some folk dare to tread, right? They wouldn't dare to tread, I would say, in the sense of being bold enough to speak to certain connections that um we have and hold.
Why do you think that when you say many like people haven't been bold enough to try, why do you think these stories haven't been told? Close to obvious reasons, but not talking about white people from us. Why haven't I know a large part, even if a black person makes a film, there's still a lot of white parts in there. But we heard this movie might not come out now. Maybe it might come out now. The Will Smith supposed to do Normal or something like that. Name whatever.
Tahaka,
Who?
Tahaka, the last
Taharka.
pharaoh.
Taharka. Okay, so like we heard about the rumors of that. Um, we had The Rock, and
Scorpion King.
whatever that BS was.
Yeah.
The most blackest person was The Rock, whatever. But
Right.
still white perspective though. Still white. Like there's not.
Yeah.
He was the prop. He wasn't even used as a black person. He's black, but he wasn't even. Yeah, he wasn't.
Yeah, and what was ill about that is, he's playing Zurich, right? Zurich or Scorpion, who is the king, one of the tribal kings right before Narmer. So he's like Narmer's direct predecessor, right? But it's connected to this whole mummy franchise that they did, because he had his first appearance in what, Mummy 2 or something like that, right? As the
he wasn't like a monster.
Yeah, he was the Scorpion King. He was like a monster, right?
But he really was a pharaoh.
Yeah, Zurich was a real historical figure. Yeah,
but they made him into like
into a monster, the mummy. Yeah,
That's Dynasty Zero.
Yeah, he's pre-dynastic.
It has everything to do with the origins of the the dynasty, like the dynasty system, in the sense of it's a lot of strong men who are trying to kind of establish order. So a lot of times they have to rely on might to get it done. And that's kind of, I don't know, they did a bum job of like focusing only on, the bat as the rule, the flail as the method, as opposed to, in order to get something like that done, you have to, like, we're talking about laying the foundation for bureaucracies and stuff.
Yeah.
You have to be able to do just as much communication with this, and just as much work to inspire, talking about multiple groups of people to you have to do just as much with this as you have to do with this.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like these are highly sophisticated and intelligent people.
but a lot of
You know
times
what I
we're
mean?
reduced to just this. So
Yeah. So like we had
other people are telling
is it Nate Parker? Who's the guy who did the Breath of a Nation?
That's Nate Parker.
Okay, he made his movie. I mean,
That
they
Turner.
yeah, not Turner. Yeah.
Okay.
That he got a rape charge. I mean, like maybe that's the reason why.
He had
Maybe
the
that's
rape
the reason why we don't make these movies. Like, so,
yeah, it's deep, right? Because he was making a movie, and then right before the movie came out, or right after the movie came out, they released that old charge.
Yeah. So like, but so he was kind of fighting against, and he made his own thing. I know Will Smith he has his own production company. He makes some of his own movies.
Overbrook.
Tyler Perry makes his own movies, but he's not into that realm. But he makes his whatever. Is Eddie Murphy in, like, does he make his own movies? I'm not sure. Probably.
Well, he did. Yeah, he makes his own movies. Yeah, he makes his own.
So like, Wesley did Blade. That was his own thing, right? He did like
no. I said Blade was Marvel.
No, he bought the rights though. He didn't. He actually saved Marvel because he was the first one.
He did save Marvel, but I don't know if he ever owned. I don't think he ever owned the rights.
He never owned Blade. This is what he did though. He way before Marvel did X-Men, way before Spider-Man came out. Because clearly Blade came out in the 90s, whatever. Right. He licensed the character, so he gave him a little check. Can I use it? Blah blah blah. Way before this whole superhero thing came out. So he never owned, he didn't buy Blade. He just paid him a check, which is cheap because they was going bankrupt. They was like, do whatever the hell you want to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Before that, they did like Captain America and like Fantastic, like a bunch of like whack, didn't do nothing. But he was the first one to do it on a big screen where it was actually a hit. Hit him with 3 in a row. Like, oh, this is, so the license fee was probably nothing. Yeah, here's 100,000. Like we need something, whatever.
Yeah.
But he decided to do that, and he did it. So he was capable of doing that, whatever. I don't know about now. I don't know if he had the same power or whatever the case is. He did have people. It didn't just say Wesley Snipes. It was other people, whatever. But point I'm trying to make is, so we have some black people to making some, like, why, I guess maybe Wesley ain't the best example because he didn't do it 100% on his own. Like, cause he still has some white back. I'm pretty sure like white people can kind of say, okay, I got you, whatever. But those like a Tyler Perry who didn't need nobody. Will Smith at that level, I'm pretty sure he don't need nobody. He don't need a financer. He go do what he want to do. Why haven't we seen black people make these movies? Like when I went to Kemet and I'm looking at these stories literally on these walls, I'm sitting here like, it's this gold all around. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, and you got here making up stuff, and it like you got the greatest novels, and I'm like, this is where the book come from. I'm like, yo, we gotta do something, man. Like it was just like, it's just so, like literally written in stone that billions of people through time seen this. Just think about that. People, a lot of these movies get popular. You got Dune, you got whatever. All these movies that become hits because they got the book version, because these are their fan base. This is literally, Kim is probably the biggest, oldest, not the oldest, but the more popular one, as probably the most popular, oldest story that's literally true. That's hit. Who don't know about these? Like this stuff. Like it's the most. It's weird. Like no, it's not weird. It is weird. It's strange. It's crazy. It's just like, but when you go there in person, it's like you see. It's like a head shake. It's like you're really not gonna see the stuff. Like it's just. you sitting there in Hollywood scratching your head like, oh, what should we make? Like, oh, is this? But even for maybe because black people don't go to Egypt or Africa, period.
Yeah. And
Black Americans.
it's not like the Africanness of ancient Kemet, right? Is
because we got Cleopatra.
It was a taboo.
They doing Cleopatra again, and they did Cleopatra. So they do some.
I mean, Cleopatra ain't African, right?
That's what I'm saying. So they pick the ones that. So they clearly pick around. They do. You see the Mummy, which is kind of. Even you told me this too.
King and the Mummy.
Whoever.
No. The Mummy wasn't a king. He was like a vizier, wasn't he? Didn't he kill the king? He snaked the king in the joint, right?
Yeah.
But even in the I mean, just the Mummy as a character, not the movie The Mummy, but like every Halloween, the Mummy is like a staple, a Hollywood staple. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they treat us like, when you really think about it, it's pretty much disrespectful. Like that's really people's ancestors. Like you're making fun of them walking around with bandages on. You don't look at them as a real person. Like a werewolf person isn't a real person. Frankenstein wasn't a real person, but those mummies, like they're literally real African people. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yo. So I thought this was the case, but the Mummy, the first one, the character, the person, right? The real person that this dude is playing is Imhotep.
Imhotep.
This
is pre-dynasty.
This is 4th dynasty.
Oh, okay.
This is the father of medicine, right? Imhotep. This is the Imhotep who is considered to be the first.
You got a comment right here. Shout out ND.
Peace. Planet D, thanks for tuning in. Yo, this is the world's first multi-genius, right? That we have on record. Considered to be the father of medicine, right? The earliest medical journal, right? That is referred to as the Ebers Papyrus, is credited to him.
Is he like the that's the physician symbol? Is that it?
Right. I say that the caduceus of Aesculapius, right? Aesculapius is what the Greeks refer to Imhotep. They refer to him by that name as as a deity once they took him into their culture and deified him, right? But yeah, this is the designer or the architect behind the step pyramid. You know what I'm saying? This is who they took and turned into a criminal, a treacherous monster, right? Yo, like, and we don't understand. Like, yo, this is literally an African. Yes, I said African. Look at there's a book, Imhotep the African, written by Robert Bouval, a non-African, a white man from France, right? Or a French, French man that was raised in Cairo or something like that. But he's not an African person. And he wrote a book called Imhotep the African, or African Architect of the Universe. Like, this is who they turned into a monster in that first joint. And you ask the question, why is it important that we tell our own stories? You know what I mean? Like, shit, if they would do that with Imhotep, do we want to see what they would do with Mansa Musa?
Oh,
do we want to see what Do we want to see them, do Shaka Zulu or, or Doodoo Wow or, you know what I mean? Like, we don't want them to tell our stories because we can't trust them to tell our stories. You know what I mean? There you go, Imhotep.
That's him right here.
Yeah, he was the Fati or the vizier, the second in command. You consider him kind of like the equivalent of like a vice president or prime minister. Second only to the Nesubiti or the king, right? He handled the daily, like the actual administration of the nation.
So this is the boy right here.
Yeah. Bananas, right? Bananas, what they do. I'm saying, like, yo, what the Imhotep they did? Yo, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. But
this was the turn into right here.
That's what they did.
They turn him to that.
Yo, Planet D said every movie portrays Egyptians as white people. Yo,
fat.
It's a problem. It's a problem. But it's a problem.
My cousin, look, this is another thing they do too. You see? So look, you're gonna go to see, we got Imhotep. Hold on. We got the white people. Like Hollywood did this, right? This is one thing they always do. Then you get a white actor, they shave their head. Why do they always shave their head, right? Now, every comedic person, some of them had shaved heads. Some of them had different hairstyles. I seen King Tut. He had an afro. Like the dude had an afro. Brown skin, afro, whatever. But let me just go to, let me see. When I go to Imhotep, I'm not sure is he. No, he got the cap on. He got the cap.
Yeah, he got a skull cap on.
He got a skull cap on.
Certain priests shave their heads, right? But it is an important point, right? That they do, go out of their way to kind of hide certain characteristics. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you want to shave your head, so why you're not in blackface? Right? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Just crazy things. You know what I mean? Yeah, the gods of Egypt. I refuse to watch the joint, but I heard they did the exact same thing.
I never watched that.
They say the brother, the brother, God bless Chadwick Boseman. I want to say he was playing
Tahuti.
Yeah, he played Tahuti. He played Tahuti, right? Which is fascinating because also in the show American Gods, they have a black man playing Tahuti in American Gods as well. Okay. So that's interesting.
Gods of Egypt movie also, yeah.
Yeah. Right. We don't want them to tell our story. That's the point. We don't want them to tell our story. We can't trust them to tell our stories. They have to always insert themselves into it, themselves right? And
let's look at a sculpture. So this is, hold on, let me see. The first doctor. So that's what gods of Egypt did. Okay.
You mean a mummy?
Yeah, I mean, the mummy. That's what Hollywood did. Now, I'm assuming this right here is what the people who actually lived there did.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So this is what they said they look like. Stark difference. See what I'm saying? like this is why when we go to Egypt, like, is this disrespectful where like even like National Geographics, whatever, they stark difference And then when you go there, you like even with King Tut, I'm thinking like even okay, I'm assuming he'll probably be black, but I'm thinking like he gonna be some light skinned dude just from what grew up all my life. When I went to the tomb, I'm like, oh my gosh, and they never showed King Tut with hair ever. But all the pictures and statues in the museum, he had an afro. He had hair. He was dark skinned. He wasn't even like I was, at least my shade. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, like the dude, like it was this. I can understand if you're like, all right, we don't know how he look. We just making up something. No, they got the money and resources to do the research, and then they clearly alter a bunch of stuff to make them look what they look like. And it's just like, why do you go out your way to like like look at this right here? This is not what they said they look like. Like they'll say, this is the dude right here. Like this statue wasn't created, 20 years ago. Like that painting wasn't created 20 years. And their paint is crazy. I don't know what kind of pigment and what they but something that lasts 3, 4, 5,000 years. I'm sitting there like, yo, like this paintings, this murals in the Bronx that don't even like I don't know what they was using, but whoa, we was great, super great. But yeah, so that's why we doing our story. Hollywood, we can't wait for Hollywood or white people to do what we do. And to me, it's just like I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, it's a gold mine, we're gonna make a lot of money, this and that. Even though I think we are, but it seems like it's the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying? It seems like it's the right thing to do. And I think it's a dope time to do it. We talk a lot about Kemet. That was the book Saga City. You want to show them some video footage, Marie?
Yeah, let's
You didn't go. Marie didn't go on our trip last time. She had to hold down the family. So I'm gonna show them some. I'm gonna show some clips I took when I was out there. Let me see. Here we go. Planet D said they insert themselves in our stories because it is the most important. Ooh, it's the most important story. It is the area of creation. Facts. If they are not a part of that, they will clearly never be seen as superior. And yeah, 100%. Like even the whole white supremacy thing, right? As I'm, getting older, growing, maturing, being more conscious, more or less ignorant. I started realizing a lot of this stuff is just a lot of issues we go through wouldn't be here with proper education. Like say like racism or all this BS, right? If people wanted to stop a lot of this stuff, primary schools, if you just taught real science and real history, like not even to put one person over another, right? Because we can say here, like, oh well, you're gonna make black people seem superior, kind of genetically, technically we are. But regardless of that, if you say, well, everybody came from this, and eventually we kind of related or whatever, like everybody's together then. Like, but if you say like the proper history of where we all come from, and it's not like hidden. It's known or like okay, life started here, this and that, whatever the case is. And a lot of us are just distant cousins and things of that nature, or whatever the case is. But like this whole white supremacy attitude of wouldn't be here. It wouldn't be here. Like it'll just be like I'm white supremacy, I'm neo-Nazi, and I descendant of I don't know Thor, wherever the hell they think they come from, and wherever the stuff wherever that their bias thing is. But I'm like, well, that was co-opted from this, and that came from the Romans. Oh, then the Romans got it from the Greek. And if it is taught it and was like, and then we all could be on the same accord and be like, it's human history. We wouldn't have this stuff like, but from same thing with the critical race theory. It's gonna make the white people feel bad. Like your motherfuckers enslaved us. Like, they'll say, like, what you mean we can't talk about it? Like, they'll say, like, if you talked about it and said exactly what you did, this myth of the American myth or whatever you want, they want, but I think they wanted to keep perpetuating. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because if you just, hey, this happened and we could get through it, like, I haven't been to Germany. I don't plan on going. But from what I hear, the whole like neo-Nazi thing, right? They one is white people hurting other white people. They acknowledge it and to get rid of it. Like that's part of the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like what America is doing with it, like they to keep it. It's like because a lot of white people who pretend that they're not racist or that they are is when they deny it. What are you talking about? No, we like that is what keeps it going. You know what I'm saying? Like a passive aggressive kind of thing of like pretending like no, we're not gonna talk about Malcolm X or whoever like or just police wouldn't do that. Just trust the system and or, like you're really just being racist. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like because you know it's like a game they play, and I think the ignorance is what allows it to keep thriving. You know what I'm saying? Because if you just told the truth, a young kid who's not a bigot yet, a young white kid's not a bigot, he'll be like, and some of them do see it. Some of them like, there's a woman, I forget her name. She was on a Karen Hunter show, and she was talking about she was a white girl who grew up, and she did some racist things, but she didn't realize how racist she was. But she had a lot of black friends, and she kind of snapped, like it hit her. She said it hit her in the face one day. Like she's like, oh snap! Like she's seen her privilege and the difference. Like she's seen it, whatever, because she lived through it, whatever. But everybody does. It's like the Matrix. Everybody doesn't have that wake up moment kind of thing, whatever. But just if you just taught these things, like even race, ethnicity, national, like people don't even know what the difference between these, like, and I think that's on purpose. Oh, I'm not like being what black means, or what are you? I'm not black, I'm Haitian, or what are you talking about? I'm not this, I'm this, I'm like, they don't even know the difference of the different things when people say what are you, or and that lack of knowledge keeps this system going. I think the system needs that, you know what I'm saying? And but I think with the, what we doing is um justice to fix a lot of that stuff. But
yeah, definitely.
let's go. I'm gonna show. Let me see which video should I show first. Okay, no, I don't want to show that one first. Hold on. Okay, here we go. So I want to just ask Bano to explain some of these places of the videos we about to watch real quick. I'm gonna stop that screen, add a new screen. Okay. And just tell people like this is where we was and things like that. Let me see. Where's the window? Okay, boom. Here we go. Here we go, Ben. Let me see if you can see that. Oh, you see that, Bano?
Yeah.
Bet. So I'm just gonna play it real quick. Ooh, look, Marie, like, yeah. Did you go here, Marie?
It's so pretty.
Look at that.
Where's that swan?
That's Aswan. That's the Nile River, right?
Yeah, that is the Nile.
And that's the strip. That's the strip. I'm gonna play that again. Got a few more joints like that. It was just Aswan. Explain to the people where Aswan is, and to me, it felt like paradise. Like we landed in Cairo. We was in Cairo. Cairo was like the city, like a New York City. Aswan is like the Caribbean, like it was like a kind of a stark difference. It was like a more paradise vibe. Yeah. So explain to people a little bit, like about Aswan.
Yeah, Aswan, right? So Aswan is actually the ancient name, right? It's from the ancient name, Aswan or Sun, meaning marketplace,
Oh,
right?
okay.
So in ancient times, it was like it was known for being a great marketplace, right? A great corridor for trade and things of that nature. I think even the name of Elephantine Island, right? Yebu, right? Which is in Aswan. Actually, that might be it in the top left.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, right. That's the temple at Elephantine Island, temple for the deity Kunum, and the village, Elephantine Islands village, is right there, right around the temple, behind the temple, besides the temple, and
Look at the kids in the Nile River just chilling. Y'all see that? Like that's come
yeah,
on.
yeah. Yo, Aswan is okay. So it's in southern Egypt today, right? And it's in the region that is considered Nubia. In ancient time and present day, they consider the region to be Nubia, meaning this is where the quote unquote black people, this is the way they describe it. This is where the black people, whenever you hear Nubia or Nubian, they mean black, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you got any
Okay.
close ups of the people, you're gonna see, oh yeah, these are, it's no question, there's no argument, there's none of that about who
Yeah.
people are, right? But in ancient times, this is part of the Sepat or state of Kemet called SagaCity.
Oh, so that's SagaCity.
Yeah, SagaCity,
I thought it was
SagaCity.
even further. Oh, okay.
So SagaCity is a state, okay, and in this, like most
The
states,
state.
even
I thought it was pre-Kemet.
no, SagaCity is a state, right? So SagaCity is the first state of Upper Kemet, which Upper Kemet is the
Oh,
south, okay,
I thought it
and
was.
it
I thought it was a
includes
whole. Okay. Go ahead.
SagaCity includes Komombo, Edfu, Abu Simbel, down, which is the furthest extreme border, right before you enter into the Sudan. All of this was a part of SagaCity, right? And Aswan is really like the biggest city, there. In there's a text called the Famine Stela, which is actually carved on the side of the rock, right where the temple meets the water. That temple
Mm.
right there. There's
Oh.
a there's a text that tells a story of a 7-year famine during the time of Imhotep and his king Djoser, right? And the story is deep and profound in that you know the people had entered into a state where they forgot where they came from. They forgot where their ancestors were from, and the land had gone into like a desolate type of state. The waters wasn't flowing for the annual flood, to bring forth the crop and things that they needed to survive. So um it was going into an impoverished state. So the king, right, Djoser, said
Uh-huh.
he was looking at the condition of the people, condition of the land, and his heart turned towards the ancestors, and he was trying to remember where they came from, right? And he went and confided in Imhotep and asked Imhotep to tell him where the ancestors came from. Imhotep off the bat didn't know. He had to go in and consult the records and do some divination and things of that nature. And he came back with the answer for the king. And he told the king that the ancestors came from the birthplace of the Nile, which in their tradition was that island there.
Right
Yeah,
there.
That's right.
The team, and they got these glowing rocks over there that I'm trying to buy next time I go over there. That was fire. The dude was like, he got that glowing rock, the stone from over there. Play this real quick.
Yeah. So you look at that. So this is a text that's speaking to the third dynasty. So this is Old Kingdom, very early, and they're saying that their ancestors came from there.
That rock over there. That's crazy. All right, so we're gonna go to this next joint. Oh, there's some more footage right here. We were just in the house. Window. Let's see what this is. We in Aswan. This is the home of the Nubians, like the real original black people. It's the Nubian Village, but it's actually like it's not just one village. It's like 7, 8 villages, whatever. Like white people, Europeans made the borders and were like call that whatever. But there's a bunch of like different villages here. But look at this shit right here. Look at that right here on the Nile. This shit is crazy. They over here hanging out. Kids playing in the water. So there's no alligators in the river?
No. I say all of the crocodiles are in their houses, right? That are on this side of the dam. They actually keep the crocodiles in their houses as pets.
What?
Yeah.
Wait. So you said the crocodiles are on the other side of the dam?
Yeah, like the ones that are in the water on the other side of the dam, the other side of Lake Nasser, right? Or the other side of the dam in Lake Nasser, right? So from the other side of the dam in Aswan all the way down into Abu Simbel, right? Abu Simbel, the water there, yeah, there's crocodiles in that water. You know what I'm saying? But the water in Aswan, there's no crocodiles in that water. The folk got them in their house.
Okay. I'll still be
they build like little wells as like a tank, and they got bars around the joint and whatnot, and they got them in their house. I got a video. I'm gonna send it to you where we go into one elder's house in that particular village in Elvertine Island, and one of the initiations, if you will, in order to go into the house to sit down with him and break bread, we have to hold the crocodile. You know what I mean? Yeah. Right. Yo, it was the joint had something around his mouth to where he couldn't open his mouth, right? But he had to hold it. So I got on a video one of the sisters that was with us. This is the summer of that same year. She's holding him, and she said something slick, like I'm gonna make some shoes out of you, or purse or something like that. And my elder Shaban, soon as she said it, he plucked the crocodile on the tail, and the joint spazzed in her while she was holding, right? You know what I'm saying? But yeah. They got the joints in their homes, all throughout the villages.
Okay, speaking about home, let's check out this home right here real quick, and let's talk about. What's the name of this house here? Aswan Nubian House. That's my man right here. Say your name again? Saeed, my brother Saeed. Welcome. With Dawood from America, Saeed from Egypt. Let me see if I can turn it around so you can see it. I filmed it on the side. View, rotate, panoramic. Oh no, what the hell? I ain't never seen that. Okay, maybe we don't want to do that. Okay, we just play it. This beautiful house, the village, we with the real people. We with the real family. Alright, so we're going to the rooftop real quick. They tell me it's a sight to see. It's the Nubian house. Now this is Africa, right? In America, they don't show us Africa. We see the Discovery Channel and shit, right? Now, this is Africa right here, right? I'm gonna show my people home what Africa look like. Thanks to my brother Bano, I'm gonna show you what Africa look like real quick. I'm gonna turn around. We're in a village right now. This is where we staying for a few days, you know, a little paradise joint. Now I'm gonna hit. Hold on. Shut. Oh, dude, no, too much. Chill. Hold on. All right, let me show y'all real quick. Oh shit. This is the place that people always tell you not to come. They be like, don't go to Africa. Don't go to Africa. You know, I keep saying Africa. We only in one country, so we only in one country. Don't go to Africa. Look at that. Nice.
Gorgeous, man.
Paradise. A little paradise. I've never been here when it rained. Crazy. So like you heard me keep saying Africa, right? And I guess it's a thing a lot of Americans used to say, like we just lump Africa as one thing. Like it's like even in Egypt, right? It's like when you think about it, it's a country. Yeah. So it's like you don't go to America and be like, yo, so how was Texas? Like, I never been. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, Aswan is totally different place from Cairo. Like, there's not, it's a country. Egypt is a country. It's like if you had the it's weird because when you look at it on the map, it doesn't. These white maps are horrible. It doesn't show justice, right? Even when I plan a trip now, I think I was we was talking about Kenya or somewhere. And on Tanzania. Map, on Google Maps, I'm mapping out. Oh, we could probably drive from here and go to here. On my computer, Prince Touche, yo, what's good, my friend? My nigga Gary from y'all, guess from Rough Rider Studios, producer Touche, was good, nigga. When you coming to Africa, bro? Yeah, told you, Bano, they gonna pop up, man. I told you, we gotta just rebuild it, they will come. You know what I'm saying? Rebuild it, they will come. But yeah, so I'm on Google Maps. Hold on, let me see. What's good, bro? So I'm trying to okay, so I think I tried to plan a trip from like, was it Tanzania? What did we say? Tanzania,
Kenya, and Uganda, maybe.
I think, yeah. So Tanzania and Kenya. I was trying to go from a certain city or maybe from Mount Kilimanjaro. I'm like, I could probably looking on Google Maps. I'm like, oh, we could probably drive. We could stay here and drive here. It's only this far away, right? I'll put it in the phone. Yeah, it take like 3 days to drive. But when you look at it, I'm like, I'm like, what is wrong with my eyes? Like, what, like, they do this weird. It's weird. It's like drive from here to Texas. It ain't the same. It's not real. It's like it's crazy. It's messed up how it ain't the right size. So like from Cairo to Aswan, is that close to like saying like New York to Miami, something like that?
Or Florida? That's a pretty good. That's a pretty good comparison. Yeah, like New York to Miami, or yeah, that's a good one. Or Detroit to New Orleans or something like that. You know what I mean? Like it's far, right? It's far. It doesn't look far online when you're looking at it, but nah, yeah, that's a couple of days. You know what I mean? That's a couple of days. Yeah, that's a couple of days. But at the same time, I appreciate the fact that you was like, yo, you're the footage that you have, and you keep saying they tell you not to come to Africa, but these images are of paradise, and people don't think paradise when they think Africa.
They don't.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I think that's good in that sense, because it's like, yo, Africa isn't a monotony. It's not a monolith, right? It's diverse, but there's beauty throughout it. Like, yo, you can go anywhere on a continent and find paradise. You know what I mean? You can go anywhere on a continent and find paradise. Like,
I seen an interview. Akon made a dope point. He was saying, I'm gonna play the video so Marika could see it too. He was saying, matter of fact, I'm gonna play with the audio. I gotta do it justice. But before I'm gonna say it after I say this point. Akon was like, going back to paradise. He's like, if you love beaches and water and stuff, like there's no other continent has more coastline than Africa. Is this surrounded by beach? Like, you don't even think about it. Like, you're in the tropics. You're in truthfully, you're in every climate. When you go to Africa, like this parts where they like Mount Kilimanjaro. I was doing some research. It snows on parts of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got penguins in South Africa. You got got islands where there's only animals that only exist there. Like, you literally you got desert, you got rainforest. Like, you have everything. Like, it's literally like whatever you like. It's literally everything. But if you love beaches, there's not a place that has more beaches in Africa. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the most coastline. You have every type of everything, whatever, and it's just crazy. Like, a lot of propaganda and just Eurocentric. So this is the video I sent. I showed when you walked away. Just let you check it out real quick. This is the Nubian house we went to, Beno.
Yeah, Aswan Nubian house. That's where we stayed.
Okay. Aswan Nubian house. It's my man right here. Say him again. Saeed, my brother Saeed. Welcome. With Dawood from America, Saeed from Egypt. Aswan. This beautiful house, the village. We're with the real people. We're with the real family. Alright, so we're going to the rooftop real quick. They tell me it's a sight to see. Alright, now this is Africa, right? In America, they don't show us Africa. We see the Discovery Channel and shit, right? Now, this is Africa right here, right? I'm gonna show my people home what Africa look like. Thanks to my brother Beno, I'm gonna show you what Africa look like real quick. I'm gonna turn around. We're in a village right now. This is where we staying for a few days, a little paradise joint. Now I'm gonna hit. Hold on. Shut. Oh, dude, no, too much. Chill. Hold on. All right, let me show y'all real quick. Oh shit. This is the place that they be like, don't go to Africa. Don't go to Africa. You know what I mean, girls? I was like, let's take a trip to Africa. They was like, this is what y'all missing. Look at this. Look at that.
All that saying.
Look at that. Nice. Look at this. See, paradise. A little paradise. I've never been here with it, rain. All right.
Sand and palm trees. You heard?
You
know what I mean? Sand and date palms, like actual palm trees that dates fall from. You can walk and pick up dates off the ground if you wanted to. They're drying out there. Eat some dates.
Fire. You know Fire. Crazy. Gotta go back.
Yeah.
But yeah, just Africa's a continent, many countries, many vibes. Did you? I heard it. I'm not sure how true it is, but they said there was a bombing in Sudan, like this weekend.
I didn't hear about it. Yeah, I didn't hear about that. I didn't hear about that.
soon as I heard it, I was like, I thinking like, because we always talk about Sudan and stuff. So I was like, damn, I want to ban on know. But I think they said America did it. Like,
Huh?
yeah. I was watching, I think Karen Hunter, one of them shows. They said basically
What?
they were saying all the Will Smith stuff was like not a cover up, but it was like y'all, they was talking about Ethiopia had like a fake truce with something. Then there was a. Let me go Google it. Let me go see real quick. Sudan, missile. Let me see. Is it missile maybe? Oh, here we go. Look. Why did the U.S. launch missiles into Sudan? Is this recently?
Can't be, huh?
I hope it's not recently. It's like what year? Like what year do you want? It's like
That's a
it's like
goddamn.
we send a missile all the time like that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go to Sudan and just type in news. Oh, here we go. Look, 15 hours. Oh, Israeli delegation secretly met Sudanese military mission. No, okay. Something going on over there. Protester killed as Sudanese rally against coup. Police and malicious attack. That's a lot. Something with the UN. It's some white shit going on. Delegations. Yeah, something going on over there. Like you don't see nobody. Oh, stand with Sudan.
Hmm.
Stand with Ukraine.
Okay.
It's
So is
something.
it? Yeah. Is it North Sudan, South Sudan? They got it. They're two separate countries now.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
since like 2005, 2006, somewhere like that. Um, Separating Muslim Sudan from the Christian Sudan, pretty much.
Same
You
thing
know,
like India. I didn't
yeah,
know
India and Pakistan
India and
too.
Pakistan was just be one. Yeah, like yeah.
Right.
So like these lines aren't real lines on when you go to these places. People like a lot of them is culturally, politically, and stuff like that. But, all right, one more clip for the road, and then we could get into this trailer to see how it, see what we could learn from this thing. I don't even know what this is. Right, this is the inside of the Nubian house. Can you talk a little bit about how this house was made and things like that, like the local Nubian houses?
Man. Well, they actually build the houses themselves, right?
It was
That's
mad
the
cool too. It was
yeah,
warm
that's
outside.
the thing that kind of always hit me like, yo, I gotta bring people back here because they build their own houses, they make their own bricks. You know what I mean? Like from scratch. You know what I'm saying? They make the materials from scratch, right? You know, it's definitely a a lesson, for anybody that's serious about Kuji Chagalia or self-determination. Like you serious about doing for self and self-sustainability, right? If you're serious about these things, right? You serious about nation building, etc. So on, right? There's really no better place to go to see where people build their own homes, right? Grow their own food. You know what I mean? From the ground up, right? There's a place in Luxor called Banana Beach, right? Banana Island. And they grow bananas, they grow watermelon, oranges, mangoes, right? Dates, lemon, mint, right? They grow all of this stuff on this island, and you can take tours there, right? You go and you walk through the fields where they're growing all that stuff, right? And you can pick certain things, and you actually sit down there, you eat the bananas, the watermelon and stuff that they're growing. You can eat it, you can drink the teas from the stuff that they're growing there, and you can actually see where they're making the bricks, and they have the wells that they've dug, and they're irrigating the land from the Nile, and they are actually also powering the land from the Nile.
Yeah.
Right. So it's very, very profound. During the summer trip, I always take folk to that place as well, to see how they're doing. But yeah, the Nubians, every time you go to their village, or their villages, you're going to see them building. Right, you're going to see them building from the ground up. And anybody that's in the real estate, man, put it like this: the price tags, right, that you hear here. If you heard the price tags there for a house that you could have, a big house, how many bedrooms you need, how many bedrooms you want, what kind of view you want right on the water. If you heard the price tags for that, you might wonder what you doing over here and what you going through all of this for.
Yeah.
For real, for real. Right? Struggle for what? You know what I mean? Yeah. Serious business. But yeah, they build their homes in a traditional style. All the colors and the imagery is significant to their culture and traditions, right? The history of their people is really the Nubian homes are really the continuation of the Medunater, or the quote unquote hieroglyph system, in a sense that it tells the story of the history and the tradition and the religious ideals in the same way that the quote unquote hieroglyphics did on the temples.
Okay.
Right? Tells the stories of certain cultural heroes, ancestors, tells the story of their migration and the things that happened to them. Once the civilization, their home in around Abu Simbel in northern Sudan was flooded out, right? By from the building of the dam.
Yeah.
Everything that happened up until that point, and then from that point, they tell the stories through their art. Right? And there are things that you see, like certain things that you see painted on the walls, certain amulets that you see hanging from the walls, hanging over the doors. All of these things have a significance and serve a purpose.
Yeah.
So it's very beautiful, very, very dope. And like those people in Aswan are some of the most kind and beautiful, considerate people that you are ever going to meet.
That's a fact.
Anywhere.
I kept hearing, "Welcome home, brother. Welcome home, brother."
Yeah.
Welcome home, brother.
I'm trying to think. Was it our trip, or it might have been the one before that? But we was like out past the last ferry.
That's us. I got a video of that. I'm gonna show that. I'm gonna show that next time.
You know what I'm saying?
Stuck.
Yeah.
And a random person was like, "Oh, I'll help you out." Like we was stuck off the island. We wasn't the whole, not the hotel. The house was on an island, and we had to cross this little. What was it? How like 30-second? It was like a little.
Yeah, it wasn't far at all.
Yeah, but it was some water. You had to swim it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you had to get like, and it was a guy that's on his a speedboat or whatever, not a speedboat, but what would you call it? Like a little boat with a motor on it.
he was that was a speedboat.
Speedboat, okay,
Yeah, that was a speedboat.
a speedboat here.
Yeah, that wasn't the the joint that
Oh
carried
yeah,
passengers like
yeah,
a
yeah,
dolphin.
yeah.
That was a speedboat.
And he just seen us, and like we didn't even have to call him. We were just like he seen what was going on and came and just like, yo, you need help? You need to get over, and because we would have been sleeping on the street probably. Like it wasn't like it was. You had to cross some water, like you know what I'm saying. Like that, it was over. But yeah,
Yeah,
it was dope. Pitch
yeah.
black too. Pitch black.
And we tried to give him money, and he wouldn't take no money.
Then when he would take, it's different over there.
You know what I'm
Different.
saying? We tried to give him money. He was like, no, I did this to help. This, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that's why, I, in the same way that you're saying, you keep saying Africa in the footage, right? It's like, I had this song called Tangerine Dreams, and there's
I didn't know that. That's another thing too. The tangerine, and I guess it's the first. When we say in America, we say orange, right?
Yeah.
There are multiple strains of whatever. I think
Right.
tangerine is the original one, right?
I think so. I think so.
I researched it. I think tangerine is the original. With everything else is like a hybrid of that.
Tangerine. Interesting.
Yeah, and it's native to where we was at. I was like, why they giving away these oranges every what's some of these oranges everywhere? Yeah, orange trees, and that's where the tangerine come from. Not Florida's orange juice. It's from there. It's crazy.
So look at that. In this song, I'm making a point to say, like, I'm talking about, okay, I got all this money by the ton, talking racks, I ain't talking ones. Tell me what you want, baby girl. I say I buy it. Anything you need, baby, I supply. We can do anything we like, or move any way we like. Every other night we taking flights. Think I'm gonna head to Cafe Du Monde, right? That's some New Orleans shit, right? And then I say, then I'll take a trip to Aswan, right? And I'm making a point to say Aswan, like on some luxury flossing stunting type shit to change the narrative. Like, everybody talking about niggas in Paris and all this other shit that ain't us. Like, no. You know what I'm saying? Like that's their water is colder, their sugar is sweeter. You know what I'm saying?
Did you see it's an ad right now, big campaign with the sports betting, and it's the comedian, the dude from what's his name? From Curb Your Enthusiasm. This black guy, though, not the white dude, the black guy. He has a big ad campaign, I think with MGM or Caesars, or whatever.
Oh, you talking about
I'm gonna show it right now.
We just passed the billboard the other day.
Yeah, they spending tons of money on that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. JB,
yeah.
JB
Let me see. JB
Smooth.
Oh,
okay.
Smooth.
Yeah, what is it? We Are Caesar or some shit like that.
Yeah. Let me see.
Yeah, I saw that shit. You know what I mean? Like, again, making them the standard that they've never been. They've never been the standard. You know what I'm saying? For us, until we get into this position of feeling and seeing ourselves as defeated and inferior, now they become the standard and we're trying to live up to them.
Look at this BS
that they're doing when they ultimately copying us to begin with.
Not like this, right? Like, look at this BS. Got Cleopatra. Look at Cleopatra. And then like he's making like a mockery of black people because he's being like extra goofy, and he's the hip hop Caesar, the Negro Caesar. Like, it's just every time I see it, I just like I turn the channel. I'll be like, this is some bullshit. And then also on top of that, I'll be like, do you know what the Greeks did to Africa? Like would a European Jewish person be like, hey, I'm the Hitler so and so or whatever. Like, why do we? I think I know why. I think because we don't know the history or the information. You know what I'm saying? Like we like I said earlier, we almost put a lot of times we put ourselves as American first, right? So when the majority of America, it was white people, they'll use this as a thing, and we say, oh, I could jump in that role too, but it's almost like not hypocrisy, but it's like the history, the Greeks and in Kemet.
Mm-hmm.
Why would a black person promote that these people are great? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would you be like, yeah, like they're Alexander the Great or there's Julius Caesar? Like, why would you even be in that role? Like,
It comes down again to what we were talking about earlier before we got on live. It's like, yo, we still feel like we have to go through them, conform to their ways, right? In order to gain access, right?
Yeah.
We still see them as the gatekeepers of of wealth, the gatekeepers of high standard of living, right? You know what I mean? And they do a good job perpetuating the mythos.
Yeah.
The world leader, this, that, and the third. You hear even old Billy Boy, right? Rich nations, rich countries, right? And talking about you know, raising the standard of living, or really what he means is raising the cost of living in poor nations to pretty much deter them from having all of the children that they have, because it's too many of you Africans here, right? It's too many of you black folk like on the planet, right? So you're causing the CO emissions and this, that, and the third, all of that shit, right? And at the end of the day, it's really a shame that we still buy into the narrative that they put forward as though the world follows them.
Yeah.
Their culture is king, right? They're the standard bearers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Their way of governance is king. Their culture of consumerism, right? Or their culture of what they say, a universal was it universal marketplace, something along those lines, right? Where they want to spread the culture of consumerism to make that the global world culture, and people's personal culture, ethnic identities, and all of these things are an impediment to that new world order, right? Obama said that in his last UN address. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Go back and listen to it. Just didn't understand what he was saying.
Here's another one right here. What do you think of this, Marie?
No comment.
like,
No comment.
like, why didn't that's Lizzo
Lizzo,
and Cardi B?
So what is that? That's the Caesar thing too?
That's a video she had. She had a video probably a few months ago, maybe a little longer than that. And she did the whole, ancient Greek, and she's running around and
that's wild. That's
black
wild.
people in Greece, even though there were, but not like this.
Yeah, that's wild to me right there.
You know what I'm saying? Look at this little sumo wrestler right here. I'm joking. Shout out to that. I like big girls, but like I'm not trying to disrespect nobody. You know what I'm saying? Not
So, hey, don't start the pilot line now. Don't start the pilot
Hey,
line
try to
now.
get trouble.
Don't start the pilot line now.
Nah.
Don't start the pilot line now.
Yeah, I love the big girl. I do. There's nothing wrong with a big girl. I'm just saying, if you squint, she looks like Janet Jackson. If you squint just right, I'm just playing.
Oui.
But I'm saying, like, when it first came out, I was like, why? Like, why did she pick that theme? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, it's a theme, but like, damn, like, just you
Well, you
don't.
know.
You got this, and it was even crazier too when all this stuff you if you love these which I thought were Greek columns, nope, they're not. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you go to Kemet, you see all the stuff over there. Like, it's we every black person who haven't been needs to go. Because there's things, some of the things is kind of evident, you know already, whatever. But it's the things that you really would have sworn was European or was from somewhere else. Like, even like those castles, those European, Irish, and Spaniard, the ones we all look at with the little moats and stuff. When we went to the museum, I said, "Hold on, man. What? Wait a minute. I know. No, I swear this is European. I know this is came from here. Like, nah, this is about 3,000 years before they even seen." I'm like, hold on.
Yeah.
So when we watching those all Lord of the Rings, all that's African right there. Those castles and the moats, the way they build it. So that came over there when the Moors came over. When did they start doing that?
The Moors.
When did they start building those castles like that?
Yeah, how you say? I would say
Spain.
That's around that time. That's around that time because you know you
Spain,
talking
Portugal,
about you know the Moors are credited for bringing them out of
the dark, what they call
dark
the dark
ages, right? So you know you're talking about 700, like 711, somewhere up in there, right? 700 something to like 1492 or somewhere up in
about
there.
like 800 years. So like, yeah.
Yeah. You know that influence is there.
I could have sworn that was a European cat. I was surprised with that one. I would have bet everything. Oh yeah, that's Europe. That's Queen Elizabeth House. Yeah, I know what that is. Like, I would have been like, I would have bet everything. I'm sitting there like, I think Bano said, look at the date. I looked there. I said, hell no. Hell no. Are you kidding me?
Yo, I mean, look at Black Greek organizations.
That's it. I'm on that every time. I argue with that. My daughter's mom, her sister is one of those. And even my oldest daughter, she went to a little she used to go to a little after school girl program, and it was about I forget which Greek organization. It was the AKAs or somebody, and it's cool like what they do, like as far as, you know, the whole, you know, black women helping out black girls and this and that. But I always ask, like, why do you have to quote unquote pledge Greek? Like, what is that about? Like, what, like this? What the, like? What is this? Like, why do we do this? I know we just copy because it's, you know, but even like, think about this. In the a lot of stuff is like, you see that more in the HBCU. Like, why the blacker the school, the like, it's like, how is that like the oxymoron of that? Like, the blacker the school, the more like that's crazy.
You know, it's. I think that they were born or founded at a time where, you know, again, those, I say, the pinnacle of civilization at that time in Western academia was heralded as Greece. Greece was considered the origin of civilization was in
For the
Greece.
for the social structure for European.
Right.
Yeah. Even
Exactly. See what I'm saying?
well, our what they call Western world, whatever. Um, it starts with that, like Mesopotamia, Greece, um, like their whole the law system, everything is based on when white people became popping. You know what I'm saying? So that whole, so I get that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's their initial start of being somebody kind of thing for them. You know what I'm saying? I think even Donald Trump said it, and it was a thing. What was this at? He was talking about the White House keeping it uh with white some whatever he used American values, whatever. They was trying to modernize it, and he said no, it's he said colonial something in Greek. And I'm like, yeah, that's some, like, even go to DC, it's built, well, really a lot of it's from Africa. The whole kept, they took those, the obelisk and all that stuff is
Right.
from. But then the Greeks did this, they took that, and so it's a it's a remix of a remix of a remix. You know what I'm saying? It's like, who made that song? And it's like, oh yeah, this is Lil Young, whatever. And he's like, your mom be like, man, that's Donald Summers. What you talk about? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's
It's one
Kanye.
thing, I mean, to remake
Huh?
the world in your own image. That's very
Yeah.
it's very human.
Yes. You're
But
right.
it's another thing to take ownership of something that has always circulated,
Yes.
because people migrate, people share ideas,
Yeah.
people barter. It's something that makes people. But
You're right.
you're bordering on something else when you are taking something and you claiming
Omitting
ownership
where
and you
it came from.
denying
Yeah.
somebody else the ability to
Yes.
create for themselves.
Exactly. The denial part, the omitting, and
Yeah.
it's
You
simply
can be inspired, but to claim authorship.
yeah, and they claim that you never even existed. Like, what are you talking about? I never seen a column in Africa. An archway, a doorway. What do you mean?
Door, you
A
have those
door.
there?
What do you mean door? like, yo, oh my goodness. All right, enough of that. Let's go right back into what we're actually talking about. Let's watch this Harry Potter clip and look at these castles that we were just talking about. All right, so the Dumbledore joint, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna go check it. I'm gonna go see it. I didn't see the Beast joint, but being that we're doing these series of books and movies, I like to kind of do the research to see. So I just want to looking at this trailer. I want to ask you guys, when it's time for us to make our movie, where are you trying to go with it? Does this trailer look similar to what the quality you want to go for, or just give me your thoughts and like what we could do better, or is that the tone, or is it off, or that kind of vibe? That's kind of what I'm looking at. Let me see. Oh, I should have did this. Let me share this. Oh, it's still here. Okay. The Dumbledore. You can see it. First time seeing it or nah?
That was my first time seeing it.
Oh, okay. So let's get the initial reaction.
Meh.
Just about making phone calls.
Right. Meh. Right. I say I'll see it. I'll definitely go see it. I can't say that I'll go see it.
Oh.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say I'll go see it. I'll wait to stream it.
Okay.
I wasn't
Oh, wow. You wasn't moved by it?
No, I wasn't. It didn't move. It didn't move me.
What you felt like it's been done before?
It definitely seemed it didn't grip me, and maybe it's from overexposure because I'm like really into that. I'm into that series. You know, all of the Harry Potter stuff. I'm into that heavy. You know, I've been watching. We've been watching lately on HBO Max. His Dark Materials, right? And it's a part of the whole Golden Compass thing, right? That's fire. That shit's fire, right? His Dark Materials, fire. You know, not to say that story there is going to be whack. I'm pretty sure it won't be whack, right? But the trailer didn't move me. The trailer didn't get me to where I'm like, oh, that joint finna be fire.
You know, I thought about it and I was like, just thinking about our goals with this universe and like the brand and everything. I think not only is it time, but I think that even beyond beyond, you know, us as in you know, Black folk, I think that other people are hungry as well. I think that it would that our work would receive you know, the reception would be big because I think that this similar to what you said, like the over exposure, like the stories, the movies there is getting kind of
Still,
getting kind of monotone. Like the same, we dealing with the same stuff over and over and over again. You know, Disney now, I don't know if y'all been paying attention, but they have started spin-offs of all the movies that we kind of grew up on. And so it's like, you know, trying to make it appeal to the next generation. So Mighty Ducks and what's the other one? The dog joint. No, is it Hutch?
Oh, Turner Hooch?
Yeah, that.
I think I see
But yeah, like, you know, rehashing the same material over and over again. And it's like, how many more times do you have to redo this? Like there's plenty, just like you mentioned at the top of the show, there's plenty of material to pull from when you start looking at different you know, looking at even beyond temple walls. There's a lot of there's a lot of material to pull from.
Yeah, I mean, you know what she's speaking to is
it's just not getting the audience.
It's a you know, in my opinion, right? In my humble opinion, right? It speaks to a trend, right? A wave that we're witnessing in terms of just the death of originality, the dying out of innovation and you know.
I don't think it's 100% that.
Well, you know, I'm saying not completely, because there is also, like, this is what they're creating is new tradition. There is that, right? Canonizing certain stories that have been told, but I see it across mediums. In terms of you know, people not really coming with original stuff, whether it's music, like people aren't even making like original tunes, like they're sampling the sample of the sample. You know what I'm saying? Like Prince said, like, yo, what happens when you start sampling the sample of the sample? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
I think what the movie thing is, even with music, I think it is, yes, lack of originality and talent, but I think the biggest part is it's a guaranteed check.
It says guaranteed check. Yeah,
that's the biggest part. So like you said,
that's what I'm saying.
Like we talked about Tyler Perry earlier. He know he doing 40 million no matter what he put out. He know, like, that's his. It just, as long as he do is halfway where he want, that's his market. Harry Potter, they know what they gonna do 450 million. No matter, like, it don't gotta be the best one or the worst. Yo, how much? If we gonna do 450, let's spend 100 to make it. So it's like, it's that Star Wars.
Why change it? How you say, why fix it if it's not broke, kind of thing?
It's just free money.
Yeah.
Not the actors and the writers behind it, whatever. There's people, the studios who own it. Like, if I paid George Lucas $5 billion, I need to get my money back. That's what they thinking. We're gonna do Star Wars 2035. It's gonna be they own, they're gonna, like, George Lucas, he made 3 Star Wars. He waited 20-something years, made 3 more. They gave this dude like $5 billion. They gonna put one out every summer. They gonna like, all right, look, we getting this back. You know what I'm saying? We gave you $5 billion. We need 20 billion back. So each one makes about $1 billion. You're gonna get at least 20 to start. Like, that's what they're doing.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
I get it.
It's easy.
See,
it's free.
Star Wars is a different. Star Wars is a different beast. You know, we talked about that earlier. That's its whole. And Harry Potter,
it's almost there.
It's close. It's close, right? You know, we worked at Universal Studios when they built the Harry Potter theme park, and yo, that shit was almost like a entire world in and of itself. You know, you could go in the joint and actually buy butterbeer, right, and be drinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know, they got close with it, but you know, it's like the creator. Yo, like, if you keep selling yourself out for the routine of the algorithm, that creator in you is going to die. It's going to lash out at you, and worst case scenario, it's going to die to where, you know, you couldn't fucking create nothing from scratch or come up with something original if you tried. I mean, and at the same time, I get it though, because people sell themselves out for the security of that check, that easy check every day, right? But look at the same time, it could be dangerous, right? Because look at Matrix 4. That shit was hot trash. It was the most different out of all the Matrix, and that shit was hot trash. So I get it, right? Yo, it's a fickle bitch. You understand, in the sense that, yo, them, you know, if you keep doing the same shit over and over again, most people probably won't.
Matrix, the Matrix was different. That was bad. But I think the other ones, as far as like the Marvel, the Batman, think about Batman. We've seen 5 different Batman, Spider-Mans, whatever. There are literally 4 different Spider-Mans, right? Like people, not movies, like characters.
Yeah.
So I think what they do, I think it's 2 separate entities. As far as it's the production companies, the studios who owns it, and then it's the creators who make it. So what happens is, I think, is they're doing this. Like when you said about you get burnt out, when they get burnt out, they just dump them and get a new one.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
See, like a Spider-Man, they'll do 3 or 4, maybe 3, right, with the same person, the same director, same team. Then let it chill for 4 or 5 years. Then they get a new Spider-Man, new young boy, a new writer, directed by directed by a female. This Wonder Woman directed by the Batman. Like, did you see the new Batman? I seen it Monday.
Fire.
See a whole different. See what I'm saying? It ain't. We had Batman in the 90s.
I say, and they needed to. Yo, how you say? Because Affleck, trash, dumpster juice. Damn it, you know what I'm saying? But this joint here, that joint there, yo, fire. They did that.
You know what was good that I liked too? It was some things about this Batman that was different. A lot of things I like more than I didn't like. I like that it seemed more real where he got hurt. He wasn't like, you know how previously you just couldn't hit Batman. It was like he was just like he got shot. Like, but then it made it like he just had a suit that he didn't get killed. He wasn't as fast as in a bullet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it was realistic. I love that. I like he was almost kind of scared of heights. He was like, oh, like it seemed real. And he was kind of younger too, right? Wasn't he like younger?
Yeah, he was younger. I mean, yeah, I agree with that point. You know, they humanized him.
Boom.
They humanized him more.
They humanized
him. Christian Bale
he was like good.
I like his Batman a lot, man.
For the traditional Batman, like that's they went away. Like Christian Bale was a good version of what the myth of Batman would have been, the perfect white bread American. Mm-hmm. This new one is almost like a little gothy, a little more. Was he trying to go with? Remember the cartoon that used to come out, the future Batman?
Okay, yeah.
Was it kind of going that route?
No, I don't think so. Well, how you say maybe
that cartoon?
in
he had like a dog or something like that. He had like a dog or something.
Batman Beyond.
I think right. A little more kind of gothy.
Yeah, I get. How you say? Kind of, right? Kind of. I like. Bane F Batman up in Dark Knight Rises now.
He did, yeah. But that's part of the story. That's part of it. He had to.
Yeah, you know. I think
it was a good spin.
This joint I appreciated they did it. It was fresh. Right? It's the same story. But they told it in a different way. Batman.
Wait a minute. So that was basically like a they started from ground one again?
Well, no. How you say, like in the Bale joint, the first part of the trilogy with Christian Bale, they started from like the ground, right? Showing his evolution into Batman, right?
Oh yeah, even with the karate guy and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Showing him, you know, on the island, you know, and whatnot. This joint here doesn't start back there, but it, you know, I don't know if you watched the show Gotham.
I used to. Okay, yeah, it definitely got the vibe. Yeah.
They were starting in there because, you know, you deal with Falcone and you know, showing all of these folk that
Will Smith husband.
No, even Will Smith. Jim Gordon. Oh shit! Oh, I said you said Will Smith husband. Oh shit!
I was talking about Jada.
Oh!
She wear the pants. Shit! We live. Hold on. I didn't mean that. I did not. Well,
you mean it.
We want you to play. Who could Will Smith play in our movie?
Huh?
You never for Will Smith? He done?
Huh?
He done?
In what movie you talking about?
Will Smith. If Will Smith was like, "Yo, I read this book, Saga City." Guys, come on now. Mary, you ain't gonna speak to your husband. Like, look, man, you don't think there's no room?
Yo, I
He's still
mean,
Will
how you
Smith.
say, yo, how you say, I've always been a fan of Brother Will, right?
He
I
couldn't
think
play
he's,
like
I think
Kamos
he's,
or something. No, he's too old.
no, he couldn't be, Kamos. He couldn't be Kamos. He couldn't be Amos. He couldn't be Second Ra. He couldn't.
Wait. Second round. He can be second
No,
round.
he couldn't be Second Ra.
Second round was diplomatic.
No, he couldn't be. He couldn't be Second Ra. How you say? I don't know where to put Brother Will at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think he might need to take one of those spirit quests, like Brother Dave went on. When he walked away from his show, he said he went to Africa, and for the purposes of getting himself together, and I think brother Will could benefit from some type of journey, right, like that. But in terms of
It's a
we seen Will as a superhero. We seen Will as Hitch, which is interesting, right? Not Hitch. Not Hitch. What was the shit?
I Am Legend.
Hitch. No, not I Am Legend. He played a superhero. Like
he was flying around. It was the asshole guy. He was
what's the name of shit? Started with H though, right? Didn't it?
It was the name of the character. I forgot the name. He was like something. I mean, he's a great actor. He just he.
Yeah, he is. Hancock. Yeah, started with H.
Hancock. You're right.
Hey, yo, look, in Hancock, man, the chick was like his kryptonite. F him up.
You're reading too much into it.
I ain't saying that's what's going on, brother. I ain't saying that. Right? I ain't saying that. We want to see our brother better, right? So that's that's that. But yo, we seen Willis Hancock. I Am Legend is he did some dope roles. Is he done? I think that as far as Hollywood goes, they haven't gone as far as to say that he's canceled, but I think you can pretty much say he's pretty much canceled.
Yeah,
but pulling their deals, all these
different.
I know
100%. But he don't need that no more. Like when like today's day and age, right? It's like boom. It's like this.
I was just about to say, when
in today's day and age,
sometimes that stuff happened for you to step out.
You gotta see it,
develop the courage to just
you gotta see it and have the mind. I didn't see a man that had that mind when he was talking.
He didn't. But look, back and shit. Ask any new rapper or young artist, you need to be signed.
Like, that's real shit.
Are you stupid? Signed.
Yeah.
Sign.
That's dumb shit.
See, today. So Hollywood kind of is not music. I mean, film is not as fast as music. Music is always like ahead of everybody. It's right. It's coming right there. Like it's right. So if he got everything, he may not. Yes, he may not be able to go to those studio lots, whatever. He could go to some other studio. He could do like, as long as you like. When I was a Rough Rider, shout out to Greg. He told me this right here. He was like, everybody has a budget. Like you make a deal based on your budget. Like you talking about Brandy and some other person. He was like, yo, she get a new deal. You think somebody gonna sign her? It was like everybody can get a deal. It was like, all right, so your last album sold. All right, you used to selling 2 million records. Then your album goes gold. Guess what? Your next deal is gonna be based off of that gold album. Like so, like whatever you're thinking, like I said, Tyler Perry, he's not like back in the day, they will give you money up front to buy you out, to try to give you as much as you can, or least as amount you can to own everything. So it was like a lottery, like they're betting on it blowing up and trying to pay you as much as you to sell out and then take everything for the future. Nowadays, it's like we just do like Marlon Wayans, when he had his little independent run, He had like 3 or 4 movies. He had a financier. He had the white guy who had some money. He was the talent. He had his little production team. All those movies that we seen him in the past 5-10 years, that was his own movies. The one with the he spoofed a few different movies, and then he did some. I forgot the other one. He was killing them. He was making tons of money. He did like 3 or 4 movies.
Yeah, that's that family's culture though. From the ownership has always been their culture.
But they didn't own Scary Movie and White Girls, whatever, and that's what they got out of that.
They sold Scary Movie. They owned Scary Movie. They sold it, and then that's when we get the Charlie Sheen shit and all of that shit. Yeah,
we kicked them out and was like, "We doing it without you. We don't even need y'all," because they sold it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
yeah.
But yeah, they could do it on their own. But like, so I'm saying like Marlon took like he learned from that and was like, I'm gonna pay to put it in a movie. Like, I'm gonna go on these, like whatever your market is, you got a fan base. You go to your market. Like you don't need that whole Hollywood and you're gonna be on Oprah and like I'm good.
So this gonna come down to whether or not you pro slap or anti slap. Pretty much, he got the pro slap audience that's gonna stand with him.
I think the
anti-slap audience is like he's
people. There's gonna be people in the middle who don't care.
I can separate the man from the talent, the man from his work.
Okay, I mean, like, yo, there's like I just seen Bad Boys 4. They halted production on Bad Boys 4. Like, yo, you know what I mean? Like
Bad Boys 4.
Bad Boys 4. Yeah, Bad Boys 4. Him and Martin. They halted
because they don't own it or something like that. Something like when you got the whole team, when you got a studio back in like they're like those when you got companies, they're halting because they don't want companies don't want to have no drama. Period. Even if they don't believe in it, it's just like so like they could know about it and they be like, I don't care. But as soon as the whole world be like, oh, you believe it, they're like, nope. Like they'll just be like, they don't want no smoke. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is get away from the companies. Get away from he has the finances. He doesn't need okay, you want 20 million for yourself. You need another 20 million to shoot it, and another 20 million to promote it. Go put your own 40 million up. You got hundreds of I'm saying maybe don't take matter of fact, you don't need 40 million because you're not gonna pay yourself. You own it. So you go do your thing. So now you only need maybe 20 million for everybody else. And do the Tyler Perry. You know what I'm saying? He getting everybody.
I said nobody wants to play with their own money, man.
But those who win.
It's a different kind of
Perry invited. Look, Tyler Perry came out in what 2000. When did the first Medea movie come out?
No. I say, see, this is the thing. Again, you're dealing with a different kind of mind. Like, yo, Tyler, before there was a Medea movie, he was doing these plays down here. You understand what I'm saying? From the bottom up, and then again, family culture. His cousin, Lucky Johnson, doing the same shit down here, doing the plays from the ground up. Like, yo, like when you start independent and you do it independent, you know what I'm saying? And I say you having a deal never makes sense when you've been getting it and you own the shit from the beginning, right? You don't even think like that. But man, like how you say, it's kind of like again when Kanye was on Sway, right? And Sway was trying to tell him, do it yourself. You could do it yourself. You don't need to go through them, this, and the third. And it's like, how, Sway? Like, it didn't even compute.
But he was trying to reach something else. He wanted to reach the white social structure to be in those rooms. And he wanted to jump straight to that. And he did it. He did it. And he did it, though.
He got it.
Not just that, though. He still wanted to be in their social structure. He wanted those awards and that same The way you look at
look
Lauren,
at the names he calls out when he compares himself.
Yes.
I'm Walt Disney. How you say, he's calling out people that are considered geniuses for them.
Yeah, for them. Yeah.
It's about your measure of success.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, he got what he was looking for, or what he was after.
He did it the right way. He did it. We laughed at him.
But fucking look at him though. And I just seen the fucking joint today where he apologizing to Kim and Buddy, and he say he's stepping back and getting help. He gonna get help. Just seen it today.
I mean, he do need help. I think he does need help. Cause I think what he going through, I ain't go that crazy. But when you split up and you have a kid involved, you he's all that's going out on in front of the whole world. You know what I'm saying? So it'll hurt any man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he just he the way he do it, he dive into it. When you got billions to play with, man, and you creative.
No problem. I said it before. The Oscars, to me, it's just a room full of people with issues and just more in their pockets.
Yes, when you got money, access, and resources, man, just
a
little different. And he already got issues. Like, he already had he's diagnosed with he been had issues. That's not even a thing. He been into mental hospitals already. Like, that's not even a you know.
Yeah. You know, I think
but yeah, nobody's done today. He go like, man, he's not done. Like, you could put stuff out and just put it out. There's no, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe not the same way. Yes, the same structure.
It's gonna take a transformation of the mind, a reorientation of the perspective for sure.
But when you're forced to, it's different too. See, when you're forced to go to independent, when you're forced to do something, it is gonna slap you in the face. You're like, I got to. It's a little different from saying choosing to. Because when you got the option of a bag in an escalator ride to, like, oh, come up this way, is no steps, is an escalator, versus it's like when you have the option, it's hard. But when it's only that, it's like, no, let's go. Let's do what we gotta do. You're gonna buckle down with your real ones who's really with you.
Yeah,
we may mess around, make 4 or 5 films back to back on some, like, you know, look at Kanye. He done put 3 albums out in 2 years. Like, look at he putting production out. He got STEM players and he cooking. Like, when you go through your stuff, sometimes when you lean on your work and be more productive, or you go crazy.
Willfully, no pun intended.
No, willfully, that's a good one.
Right. He
new movie, willfully.
Willfully, no pun intended. I just, willfully, he doesn't, let what's happening break him. That's something that I see, like what's happening right now. Netflix putting a hold on the deal, Sony putting a hold on the deal, like all these productions.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I think he realized. You could tell he realized just how much he fucked up. You could tell
he's gonna lose, or I don't want to say lose because he didn't get it yet, or whatever. He's gonna a lot of money's being held up that he had in the pipeline in the system. But look, those same projects that he created with his mind, he has the same resources to put out a different way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Kanye said, "Oh, my new."
Does he own Bad Boys?
I don't know. I think he probably owns. That's a good thing to research. But even if he
owns Bad Boys,
if he does, the reason why Part 4 is being held up is the people he teamed up with to do it. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's where whoever, because when you see, if we watch the last one, I'd be like, produced by executive. You'd be like, God, how you made this movie? You'd be like,
That's the
it's
money.
produced by,
Yeah.
brought to you by, seen on the like mother. Who like it'd be eight? You be like, how many people was like what the you be like? You be like, I thought it was a producer and a star. It'd be they say so many different. You be like, it'd be crazy. So now
It's all the money.
let me see right now. Let's go look at Bad Boys. Was that 3? Bad Boys 3, the last one that came out?
The last one, yeah, was 3.
That's Bad Boys for life, or whatever. See, the budget was 90 million, but how much did he take? No, hold on. That's for life?
Yeah, that's the last one.
Oh wow. Okay. Now let's see the people behind it. Okay, here we go. See, this is what I'm talking about. Here we go. Here we go. Directed. You got about those brothers, Adam, Bilal. Okay. Story. It was 2 white people wrote it, I think. Okay. Produced by Jerry Bruckheimer, Will Smith, and Doug Belgard. So
That's the money.
that's the money. And he's probably a producer because of his name. He's worth so much money. You take a little pay cut. This like I said, like remember that 20 million I was saying? Instead of paying yourself, you'll be like, I'm gonna produce like we can't give you the whole 80 million that you worth. So take 40 and you're gonna produce with the other 40. So whatever. That's how they do that BS. Okay, so that's producers, whatever. Then it's starring. Okay, then you got now you got production companies. Columbia, 2.0 Entertainment. Then you got Jerry Bruckheimer as the production company. And you got Overbrook, which I think is Will Smith joining.
Yeah, that's him.
Overbrook, right? See, so you got 1, 2, 3. You got 4 production companies. Then it's distributed by Sony. You see what I'm saying? Like, which Sony owns Columbia. So you got 3 tiers of. So he has to do all that, which say distribution. Now you could go do like a internet, that kind of thing. This, what I'm saying. You don't need all those hands. You don't need all that help.
What's the I say? Well, look up the budget on James.
What's Marlon
I said
Wayans?
007, 007, No Time to Die, or Spectre, or one of them like that, or even like the last Mission Impossible. The reason why I'm saying that is because as far as like the production, the cinematography, the action sequences, like the last 2 Bad Boys have kind of been on that level in terms of cinematography and the action sequences, right? To where certain things that they were doing, you gotta have the bread for.
Yeah.
Is the technology to be able to create
some of the rocks.
That goes back to like conversation with on the whole George Lucas and Star Wars. Like,
okay, he did
creating whole
Wayans did Haunted House 2 and 1, and he did 50 Shades of Black. That's how he had that little run he did.
Who was that? Marlon Wayans. Okay.
So we're gonna see who's behind this and this and that. But that's a way lower level.
And to bring it back to the story too, you're talking about this is a story that deals with liberation in every sense of the word. You have a people who are being pinched and kind of pigeonholed. They're bankrupt in everything but spirit and but their hold on their tradition and
it's too many things out there. I'm looking at right now, like say like the Haunted House, right? He got his director. He got the movie only cost $2 million. He got a distribution company to do it, to put it out, and that's really like it's so many other people who would love to make money off of Will Smith that what I'm saying, like who couldn't get him before. He's gonna have help. If he has his own production company. He'll get this like some like.
I think he's gonna be like Cuba, man.
No, because Cuba still needs a structure. He don't got the machine. But Will Smith has even more than a Denzel. Like he makes films. Like those other people, they're waiting for somebody to say, "Hey, you come here." You see what I'm saying? Like,
they're gonna be the folk that's doing Cuba movies, man.
Huh?
They're gonna be the folk that's doing Cuba movies. Cuba Gooden Jr. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think he's definitely going to be B-listed after this.
No, he's already etched in stone as A-list.
Nah, he's definitely going to be B-listed after
this.
Oh,
no. From the structure, but look, if he even does them himself, right? Like,
you don't have to be in front of him.
Yo, how you say he gonna put it like this? If Netflix backing up, okay, so who you want to go to now? Like no, it's not gonna be as easy as we.
No, he may not have the same cachet as where you may not see it all. But as long as if he's not scared to spend his own money, he's gonna be fine. Because
that's gonna be a big thing.
If he does who does Tyler Perry go to? You see what I'm saying? When he wants to put a TV show out, or all you need is this is the part that a lot of superstars get wrong, especially the music business.
We're gonna be on BET.
No, he can't.
I mean, come on.
BET is not on, but that's Viacom. He can't go there.
Yo, but Tyler's on BET. His shows are on BET.
He owns half of BET because of that. See what I'm talking about? I did a story on that. He owns half of BET because of that.
Yo, so this is the thing. I'm like, again, he
got a deal where he put all his shows. He owns half of BET.com or whatever that and he put his show. He owns half of BET. He owns.
We're gonna have a deal with Stars.
He can go outside of all of that. All of the networks, he could go outside. Like there are independent distributors, or he'll just put the movie out. Like, say if it's like you gotta spend money on marketing, promotion,
right? You gotta spend money on production. You have to put your own money up on.
He already does the production. He already does that with his own. Like, that's what he does already. He needs to now. He has to put a bag up for the
marketing.
For the marketing,
yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure he can still get invested. There's somebody sitting back like, I don't like what he did, but let me whatever. But even if they don't, okay, cool, whatever. You do it yourself, and then there are distributors that it'll be available on your phone and stuff. Like, you can click the button and watch it. It may not be on Netflix, it may not be on Hulu, but it could be on. Like, you could put a movie out. You know what I'm saying? Like, if Tariq Nasheed could put a movie out, and he's banned from the UK but like, you could put a movie out. Like, you could put it out.
Yo, where was Tariq Nasheed? What was Hidden Colors? It was like
you could put a movie in a theater. I was gonna do it a year ago.
Anybody can do it, right?
Yeah,
but see, this is the thing, right? Not only are we talking about the adjustment to getting your mind in that space, but now you also have to adjust your appetite. You have to adjust.
He doesn't need money no more. He doesn't pick movies to get cash. Like, he's trying to show his art. Or he's trying to be Denzel. He's trying to be. He said that he's like, I don't make movies for them. Check them. I did that. Like, I'm like, he lives on a fucking ranch. Like, he's good. He's what, 400, 500 million, whatever he got. Like, he don't need no more money. He's like, I'm trying to make a mark. Yeah. And he's gonna so he had to find an independent route. He could be doing some great.
But how you say, I ain't gonna count no pockets, right? But
what you say, he gonna run out of money trying to do that?
Yo, it's how you say, I'm gonna be honest, I'm less than optimistic.
Look, I'm not gonna sit here and say first movie gonna be some blockbuster 500. No.
Now he gotta go through a hungry phase. After he go through this find yourself, figure out who I am phase, he gonna have to go through a hungry phase.
Money is not an issue for Will Smith, though. Let's not even put that out there. Money is not gonna be an issue for him. and that's people gonna turn their back on him. Hollywood's gonna turn 100%.
He could retire. He could retire and be straight.
Yeah.
But
He
if,
doesn't need it.
he's working,
he's straight regardless. He doesn't need
working, money is going to be an issue.
No,
if he's working.
Now, when Jada leaves him, yes. Lucky the kids are grown, but maybe not, because even if she leaves him, he's still get half.
Dude.
Then he gotta pay alimony.
Okay, so all right.
How much you think alimony? If Dr. Dre gotta pay $5 million a month.
Wait. Are you you're saying
Dr. Dre? Look,
you think she's
Beto, hold on, Beto. If Dr. Dre gotta pay $5 million a month, how much? How much is he paying?
That's why them damn beats is cost you an arm and a leg.
Yeah, we didn't really think this thing all the way through, because I hate to say it, but that's likely. I hate to say that, right? But that's a whole nother topic right there. I don't even
we just playing around. I
don't even feel like digging up in that there, right? But yeah, that's ugly.
I think it's possible. It may not be the same. Like Nate Park, well, he got Sony to put money. I think Sony paid $5 million for that Nat Turner movie.
All them folk, if they got nationwide distribution,
it's just money.
There's a Euro hand in there somewhere, and it's usually around the money, some type of loan or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't.
What is distribution today when everything is digital? You see what I'm saying? Back in the day, distribution meant a lot. It was a physical thing that had to go somewhere.
Yeah, it's a problem though when, let's say, when the companies, like, we don't own streaming companies yet. You know what I'm saying? At least not the ones that that are popular. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, but there's things like let me see.
I see For Us By Us. The brother behind Fubu, he got a streaming company now. Boosie, someone who is, for lack of a better word, they done put him like, yo, we staying away from Boosie. Boosie is over here doing his thing. He putting out his productions with the brother behind Fubu, right?
Oh, okay.
It was Damon John. I think is his name. Yeah. So you got the For Us By Us network, and it's a streaming service, and they making movies and sitcoms and all of that. It's like, so we're getting into that. You know what I mean? But up until this point, like, yo, when the whole Me Too shit hit, yo, the streaming services was on board with that.
I agree with you 100%. Yes.
Yeah, it was canceling. Like,
but look, we are only talking about
House of Cards,
American social structure too. There are superstars who we don't even know in other countries. Like I said before,
absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? Like yes, maybe in America, he won't be on Fox and this and that. And okay, there's like I told you about that dude from in the UK is still, that's white too, but you got mad countries in Africa, you got the Caribbean, you got like he may be one of them kind of, like you can still do, like, also not even it's digital. Like if people who want it could still see it somehow. You see what I'm saying? Like people who want it could see it. It's so many movies. It's digital. We put it out on blockchain.
You got the mind for it, my G. You understand? Like yo, like you got the mind and the eye that sees opportunity, and you know what I'm saying? It's a gift that you have. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, it won't be the same, but he's not gonna be done. Like he's not gonna be done and hurt. His pride is hurt. The way he used to have it is gonna hurt. Like, oh, I'm not the guy no more, or that, whatever. But in today's world, the generation who don't even, he may have more fans from that. Like, yo, you real son, and blah blah blah. Like, it ain't that structure that used to be the gatekeepers, where they basically, like, that was the only way. Yeah, if this was 1998, he'll be done. like done. Today, man, like you think R. Kelly didn't want that sex tape to go on? If you want to see it, you can see it. That's it. If you want to see it, you can see it. It's here. Like you know what I'm saying? Not to say I ain't see it, but I'm just saying if you want to see it, you can see it. That's just what like you can't. We live in the internet. He may mess around and do a new movie and put it out on TikTok or something like you like
put it out and you gotta pay in crypto.
There you go. Is this so like we live in a whole?
You can do a lot. You can do a lot. I say willfully he can adjust.
Willfully, that's gonna be his company. You're gonna be like willfully.
Willfully he can adjust. He can have that. He can have that name. I just want royalties, right? And a part of the piece of the publishing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, what time? Let me get out here. It's 12 o'clock. But I think we went over everything. The movies, this and that. Work on some new writing. Get these episodes out. Like we said before, people. The link is in the comments and then the description below. I'm gonna go back on YouTube to make sure it's in the joint. Check out those episodes. Episode 1, Queen Marie, she wrote that. It's beautiful. We got 5 episodes so far, and yeah. Anything to look forward to next week? We want to talk about anything to look forward to? Or?
Yeah. I think we want to dig more into that first episode. We want to introduce Amir, right?
Okay.
Let's introduce Amir.
So next week we start with the introduction of Amir. Who's Amir? Why? As far as you want to, we take it as far as we want to take it, as far as like the location, like you said, Atlanta, like why Atlanta and things like that.
Yeah,
we get some nice little background. Okay.
I'm with that. Dig into that, and I think there's a lot in those first couple of chapters that we can really dig into to give the audience a little bit without robbing them of the magic, because just put this out here, like everything is significant. So if you go digging through, okay, ask the questions, why did they say this, why did they do that, what's the significance of this book that they mentioned, and just at the third, like everything is a breadcrumb that'll lead you somewhere that's really meaningful, like in real life. You know what I'm saying? So it's really, it's an awesome fascinating story that I'm really, I know Marie feels the same way, I know you feel the same way, just honored and happy to share it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we could probably get Jaden Smith for Amir. No, I'm joking.
Oh shit.
I'm joking. Yeah, he did great in Karate Kid.
Yo, homie said, yeah, that's what we do. That's how we do
it. Oh man. What if we could get Willow Smith for Amir? I'm joking. That's a joke too. That's a joke.
Well, I say, I think I say, willfully that family can,
we just making fun of, we love the family. They're in the spotlight.
I ain't stuck.
Happen. It's just, hey, we all go through some stuff.
I ain't stuck. Jokes.
All right, but yeah, I'm gonna end the joint next week. I'm gonna hit you with some of those links too, so we can look at the Black is King information I sent you. I'm gonna send you with the distribution. I think that's something we can learn from. We can work on that. Have like a diaspora connection, because a lot of times we settle for this where we at, and where we at is we only a little bit of where we at. See what I'm saying? So I think even that on our level, it might be real big for us. You know what I'm saying? That, and there was something else. I forget what it is, but this that we could get some inspiration from those kind of things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, when we're ready to put this stuff out. All right. Okay, family. Hit y'all up. I'm gonna work on the stuff, and thank you again, Marie, for that episode 1. And everybody check it out. And we got more episodes to come to next week. Anything everyone want to say? Anything last comments?
Peace. Thanks for tuning in.
Tuning in. This is gonna be up on the Saga City.
Ride with us. You heard?
Let's do it. Let's do it. We have 2-3 comments today. 2 people. Oh, we building. We building. I'm gonna put it up on the Saga City journey. We're gonna get this. I'm gonna have more cameras and stuff. We're gonna get this thing popping correctly. So yeah. Till next time, people. We out.